4. They are 1-2-2 in their second NEC season. Second year at the Division I level for the Skyhawks. And we are underway here. Appreciate you joining us here on this Tuesday. Second to last home game of the season for Boston College. Third to final game overall on the year. We'll also take on Syracuse, the defending national champions, a week from Friday. We've talked a lot about this new system that Bob Thompson has employed this year. And you really, as the year goes on, you continue to see some of the signs of where it has worked defensively. And now trying with this young team, over 70% of the field minutes this year for freshmen and sophomores. Trying to continue to build some momentum here towards the end of the year with a couple of ACC games to go. Chavi O'Neal, first opportunity, centering across. That got knocked down. Then it is played wide by Connor Gibson, who gets the start today for BC. Sent back into the box, and it's punched out by Tenza. So early on, good pressure from the Eagles. That's cleared out for a throw-in from the far side. Bob Thompson in his 4th season at the helm of Boston College. Here is Max Andrews, the transfer in from Army West Point this year. Was the 2022 Patriot League Rookie of the Year a season ago for the Black Knights. Serafino in the middle goes wide for Alfie Hughes. The freshman from England, one of 3 Englishmen on this Eagles roster, has continued to play well throughout his minutes so far this season. Still looking for his first point of the year, despite some impressive dramatic plays. Chavi O'Neal got forced off well. That was Benjamin Maza Bergeron, the sophomore from South Burlington, Vermont, who made the defensive play there for Stonehill. Eagles continuing to push. That got knocked down for Chavi O'Neal. O'Neal back for Gibson. That got knocked down. And Dos Santos back on it for Boston College. The first year spends a deep ball that is too far behind his mates, and that is out of bounds for a goal kick. Well, we mentioned Kyle Tenza, the first-year keeper out of Waldwick, New Jersey. Spent time in his club years with TSF Academy, who qualified for the MLS Next Cup playoffs last year, as well as competing with Bergen Catholic. Eagles are right back on it with the early pressure so far. It's knocked out to the near side, throw-in coming up. Andrews, patient. This is where Boston College likes to be. They are willing to go back and rework through their back line rather than give up possession of the ball if they don't have to. Augie Boati chasing after it on the wide side. It's taken away here by the Skyhawks. And Terrence O'Neal works it through the back line. Ethan O'Connor will retreat to his keeper, Tenza. Pass going to the wide side, though, was out of bounds. And Boston College possession again. Serafino for Gibson. Andrews forward for Dos Santos. Marco Dos Santos crosses one. And that skipped long and out. So another goal kick coming up for Stonehill. Skyhawks are coming off of a 4-1 loss to Merrimack last time out a week ago on Thursday on the road. Most recent win came 3-2 in an impressive comeback performance against Howard last Sunday, in a game that Stonehill trailed 2-0 in the first 15 minutes before scoring 3 unanswered goals to pick up the victory. The hat trick by Jacob Woznicki, the senior, who was the All-NEC second team selection last year, making the jump up to the Division I level. And then now has 4 goals over his last 2 games, giving him 7 for the season, which is tied for the NEC lead. Brennan Klein comes back to the near side, and Andrews. When we've seen Andrews this year, it's been a little bit more at the center back spot, but here moves over towards the right wing, and it's Burkhart back there. CJ Williams not getting the start today. Bob Thompson has mixed and matched a bit in some of these midweek non-conference games. Serafino trying to find something. Strong play by Owen Burke, the sophomore. Ted Cargill steps up though, and here is Augie Boati. Alfie Hughes working out wide. Hughes with a one-touch that pinballs around a bit before ending up down on a Stonehill foot. And the Skyhawks will work it in deep. So yet to have an official shot so far, though the Eagles have the majority of the possession, and you see Woznicki putting some pressure on. This is forward for Chavi O'Neal. Got on it quickly. Center goes all the way across. And a diving play by Jackson Kawhi, the first year from Honolulu by way of Worcester Academy, knocks it out for the first corner kick of the game. Kawhi was a Knapsack Senior All-Star team last year and played for NEFC up here before a couple of years playing back home in Hawaii. Eagles go short off the corner. Alfie Hughes back for Cargill, who moves on to his right. Cargill centers one through, and an easy save made there by Kyle Tenza. Goal kick is immediately headed down by Connor Gibson. Chavi O'Neal on the sideline, ahead for Dos Santos. Marco Dos Santos, another one of these freshmen getting a ton of minutes. That slides across. Boati, he scores! Augie Boati on an excellent setup from Chavi O'Neal. And Boston College takes an early 1-0 lead. The third goal of the season for Augie Boati, tying the team lead, and this just his 10th game. And Chavi O'Neal should pick up his 4th assist. Didn't need much of a touch there from Boati, who does get his foot on it. And the 8th minute goal, O'Neal with the assist. And the Eagles take a 1-0 lead. That's the kind of rate, though, that Bob Thompson has been looking for his team to try to finish. That word that kind of gets thrown around. There's been moments where the Eagles have had the ball and had the opportunity, as much possession as they've had in the attacking third. But good to see an early tally find the back of the net. Cargill scoops it up. That is knocked out off of Burkhart. Colin Milliken, the junior from Easton, playing right down the road from where he went to high school at Oliver Ames. Came in as a transfer from Southern New Hampshire into Stonehill this year. That is out for a deep throw. Whistle here, and a foul goes against Stonehill. That's Terrence O'Neill, a sophomore from Franklin, Mass. It was called. So 1 goal on 1 shot for Boston College on the Boati tally for his 3rd goal of the season. Ochoa, looked like Boati slipped. Pass ended up going for Alfie Hughes. Here is Max Andrews, plays a decent ball forward, but that's well run by Ethan O'Connor to come underneath it and take it away. O'Connor, who came in as a first year from Cary, North Carolina. Stonehill goes out wide, developing back. Alfie Hughes comes in. That's an excellent defensive play by Alfie Hughes to strip his man of possession and start forward. Drew Serafino, but the flag was up on the near side. So Serafino ruled offside after a brilliant through ball there by the Eagles. It looked like Serafino was home free, but he just snuck through a touch early. And Stonehill will have possession back. By the way, that was Tiago Lima Bittencourt, the first year who got taken off possession by Alfie Hughes on that far right side. Bittencourt, who was the NEC Rookie of the Week a couple of years ago, weeks ago, I should say, excuse me, after scoring the game-tying goal against Sacred Heart. Turnover here, Stonehill on possession. Bittencourt comes over for Terrence O'Neill. And the pass was a little bit too far behind Sean Ryan, a senior from Old Saybrook, Connecticut. Max Andrews has had a couple of good balls forward. This one to Chavi O'Neill in a good spot. O'Neill to his left foot and just mishit it a touch. Still managed to get it on goal for Tenza. But Chavi going onto his left foot. We've seen him play on the left side. Here he's been playing on the right side and trying to create that way with Alfie Hughes out on the left wing. Bittencourt trying to work his way through the Boston College defense of Connor Gibson. And Gibson does a nice job taking possession back. Clearance attempt was knocked down by Maza Bergeron, the sophomore. Wide here for Milliken. Back for Maza Bergeron. Dos Santos, good defensive work the whole way, but it does set up Stonehill for their first opportunity on the corner. The Eagles had one earlier. This is the first corner kick of the game for Stonehill. They try to go deep, it's too far. That is Tiago Lima Bittencourt, the first year, who is in behind there, and they're trying to get that ball through. But the pass was just a little bit too far, and it's going to be a goal kick coming up for Brendan Klein. Brendan Klein continues to be a positive for Boston College this year. Part of 4 shutouts on the season. Klein is 4th in the ACC in saves per game and 3rd in shutouts per contest. That's played in deep, and Tenza. That was Jacob Woznicki. Eagles will restart in their back line. Ochoa. Deep ball for Chavi O'Neal. You can see how much the Eagles love working through number 11. He plays out on that right side. Here's Alfie Hughes coming to the middle. Hughes, that got deflected over to Dos Santos. That's one that maybe would have gone out, could have been a corner kick. But Dos Santos tried to pick it up in what would have been a dangerous spot. It just skipped up a bit high, though. And possession will go back to Stonehill. So goal kick coming up for Kyle Tenza. And the Eagles out to the 1-0 start in this game early on Augie Bawadi's 8th minute tally. Ball played over the top. Brennan Klein comes out to get it. Ahead of Woznicki. Klein, who is one of the lone veterans on this team. In fact, he's the only senior on the pitch at the moment. We talked about how young this Boston College team is. Skipping ball for O'Neal on the near side. Ted Cargill forward for Dos Santos. Got pushed off there by Ethan O'Connor. And Bittencourt coming back. Tiago Lima Bittencourt wide for Woznicki. His cross does get through. Picked up on the near side by Sean Ryan. Here's Owen Burke. Sends it across. And that is cleared out by the Eagles for a throw. Final non-conference game of the season for this Boston College team. The Eagles 2 more in the ACC. That starts on the road this weekend, Friday night at Clemson. That'll be a 6 o'clock start on ACC Network before finishing up with the defending champs a week from Friday. That 0-4-2 in the ACC, not to say deceiving, but you just take the ACC games for Boston College here. In total, they've only given up 6 goals in their 6 ACC games. But if you even take out the opening ACC game against NC State where they lost 2-0, it's been just a 4-1 mark. They've been outscored in their last 5. So still really sound defense against some of the top teams and one of the better conferences in the country. Just needing to find that finishing touch is the next step for this young team playing this intricate system this year under Bob Thompson. O'Neal showing off his speed, gains position, and then retreats to Dos Santos. Here is Ochoa. Ball forward for Serafino. Got a head on it, but again, Serafino was ruled offside. Ball played forward here for Woznicki, and Jack Burkhart was there defensively. It's ruled off of Boston College, and this is going to be a second corner kick of the game for Stonehill. Colin Milliken will take it. Milliken, who had an assist on the Woznicki goal last time out against Merrimack. Again, trying to go with the deeper ball. Klein comes out, gets a piece, and then Dos Santos is right there to clear. Out of harm's way for the moment, though Terrence O'Neill comes back in. Gives it down for Milliken. Andrews heads it down, but couldn't get it beyond Bergeron, who comes in, and a bending shot is controlled by Klein. So a little bit of pace on that shot. On the best effort of the day for Stonehill, but Klein once again is in position. Ochoa plays it over for Max Andrews. Ball over top for Chavi O'Neill. And that is out of bounds on the near side. So they're really trying to use that deep ball to O'Neill up the right side. Hughes will retreat to Ted Cargill. O'Neill cutting back through. Centering ball comes to Serafino. It's actually Hughes who takes it behind him. Alfie, his shot got deflected off a couple of legs in the mixer there for Stonehill. Played back the other way by Woznicki. His pass bounding across. There's nobody home, though. And this will go out of bounds. It's off of BC. Cargill was trying to save it. And Stonehill will come in, have a deep throw. Over to the near side. Maza Bergeron will get it right back. The sophomore moving through O'Neill and Dos Santos. Played forward. Woznicki trying to stay on possession along with Burkhart. They're tied up. Oh my, what a good job to stay on it. And he managed to get a pass through to Lima Bittencourt. But Brennan Klein does a nice job to find it. That was some play by Jacob Woznicki, the senior, to keep possession through all of that and almost find a pass across. Was up to 7 goals last year as part of his NEC second team all-conference selection. After jumping up from the division, up to the Division I level. After scoring 3 goals in his final season in the NE10 in 2021-22. From Bristol, Connecticut, Burkhart back through. There's Connor Gibson. Plays it forward for Serafino. That's back for Ochoa. Starting to rain a little bit here in Newton. There was some rain before the game started, and it had somewhat subsided once we got underway, but it is picking up a little bit again now. Are playing on turf here in Newton, but something to watch out for as we play on with 20 to go in this first half. And a 1-0 lead for Boston College. Oh my, it was nearly 2 as Serafino tried to deflect one in on the cross from Boati. Andrews near side. Max Andrews starts forward. That got clipped in the cleats of Maza Bergeron. And Stonehill continues to play it around here. Ekram Hazic, the senior, playing on that right wing. Ochoa, the lone captain this year for Boston College. As a junior, again, we've talked about what a young BC team this is. Serafino. Taken away, good read by Maza Bergeron, but then it was knocked out. Throw-in coming up. It was actually a Boston College throw on the near side. Serafino, back for Cargill. Boati, who has a goal already, thought about it. Instead, a beautiful fake. Hughes to the middle. Got cleared out. Nifty little play design there on the left wing for BC. Hughes again. Back through Ochoa. As the Eagles once again use their back line. O'Neal cuts back right, has Dos Santos. That's knocked out, and it's going to be ruled off of Dos Santos. So it was deflected first off of Maza Bergeron, and then it clipped Dos Santos on the way by, so no corner kick. First sub of the game coming in for Stonehill. Shane Fonseca, the sophomore from Framingham, Mass. Into the game to play up front for Tiago Lima Bittencourt. Here is O'Neal. Good work to get around his man. Javi O'Neal, so skilled. Adding a huge asset to this Boston College team as just a freshman out of Herndon, Virginia. That's punched out by Tenza. Cleared out for a corner. Alfie Hughes tried to center. That is cleared out. Still in play here as it's punched back for Max Andrews. Long ball ahead for O'Neal. And, oh boy, Tenza is pretty close to that back line as he jumped out. Kyle Tenza again, his second start in a row after he made his debut last Thursday against Merrimack. And exciting to see the growth of some of these programs who have jumped up to the Division I level. Stonehill 2 years ago, Merrimack still within the last decade, UMass Lowell as well. And the NEC of Lemoyne this year moving up. Here's a great feed for Hughes coming in, followed up Dos Santos, but he missed it high. First sub of the game for Boston College about to check in. Jonathan Murphy is into the game, replacing Chavi O'Neal. And Moritz Gundelach also comes in on the back line, replacing Max Andrews. Woznicki, good pass to go out wide. That's knocked down by Ochoa. From Fonseca, who just came into the game. Another ball coming through. Looking for Woznicki on the tip, but it was defended that time by Burkhart. Bergeron now coming in. Header try. Oh, it hit the post. It goes in. Just a little bit of a misread there, and it ends up knocking off the side of the post, and it goes in on the try from Benjamin Mazza Bergeron. And Stonehill squares this game 1-1. Jacob Woznicki with another goal, his 8th of the season. He's got 5 in his last 3 games. What a run it has been. And just is able to deflect it. And it sneaks off the bar and in. Gundelach, that clips off of Woznicki, who's really aggressive up front. So we'll see how the Eagles respond here. So Woznicki gets the goal. Assists go to Mazza Bergeron and Sean Ryan as well at the 32nd minute mark. First assist of the season for Mazza Bergeron. And 3rd of the season for Sean Ryan. And the team leading an NEC leading 8th goal for Woznicki. And with 12 minutes remaining here in the first, Stonehill and Boston College are even 1 apiece. This Eagles team, which has not surrendered many goals at home at all, been pretty dominant on home turf. Just the 6th goal they've allowed at home so far this year in 10 home games, including this one tonight. That is out off of BC. Another chance here for Stonehill, who's done a nice job kind of changing field here a bit. Third corner kick of the game for Stonehill. That's knocked down in a dangerous spot. Woznicki still on it. Comes back into the mixer, but it's too tall. And it goes out over the end line for a goal kick. Another decent setup, though. Dos Santos' pass was intercepted, but Dos Santos does a good job to get it back. Gundelach to the near side and Murphy. Skipping ball through the midfield. Augie Bowati trying to come after it. But it was cleared back by Stonehill. And the Skyhawks are back on it. A couple of good moves, and that shot rising in from Owen Burke is stopped by Klein. Another one with decent velocity on it, controlled by Brennan Klein, who's up to 2 saves now in this first half, which has 9:02 remaining on it. That will be a foul that goes against Serafino, saying that Hazic had the right to the lane there. Woznicki trying to find it. Header try is once again there for Klein. So Stonehill has really flipped the momentum in this game in a big way. They're up to now 6 shots, out shooting the Eagles 6-5. Even following up since the goal, they've had 3 shots in this game. And they've had 5 of the last 6 shots overall in the game. Not that that tells the whole story, obviously, but over to the near side. Pass for Gundelach was too far. Gibson stepped up, got a piece. Taken here by Owen Burke, who works out wide. Alfie Hughes gets a piece, then coming back in. That got knocked down by Ochoa. Diego Ochoa over for Hughes, stuck in the corner here. So Stonehill has forced some of the Eagles players to come back and help defend here. See if Boston College can change field. Jonathan Murphy, forward for Bowati. He gets upended. Foul goes against Stonehill. That was Jackson Kawhi, first-year defender, who got called, and the Eagles will have a free kick. Flipped over top, coming to the near side with 5:50 remaining in this first half. Sean Ryan working against Gundelach, and a good play by Gundelach. Big kick for Klein. Bowati will collect it off the 50-50 ball. And Ted Cargill starts it forward. Cargill tried to play it back through. Here is Bowati. Eagles trying to develop here. That one, like Bowati may have lost his footing a little bit. And it will be Stonehill possession. Bowati was trying to argue that he was pushed from behind. But it is out, and it is Stonehill possession. 4:28 to go in this first half. A 1-1 game. Augie Bowati with the 8th minute goal from O'Neill and Dos Santos. Stonehill answering in the 32nd minute on the headed deflection from Woznicki, from Maza Bergeron and Sean Ryan. That is a little bit too strong for Bowati to get to. Pretty impressive how Stonehill has forced their way back into this game after the Eagles had pretty good control of the first 20 minutes or so of this game. Pass looking for Bowati, got knocked down. Stonehill will try to change field, and out wide Shane Fonseca. Knocked out by Alfie Hughes. That's another corner kick coming up for the Skyhawks. So Sean Ryan will go over to take the corner. The 4th one of the game for Stonehill. And a 1-1 tie here in the late stages of the first half. Low ball. Good try. Knocked down. Rebound bouncing around. Goes! But it's ruled no goal. Christopher Grabas, the referee, signaled no goal after that ball went pinballing around. And the Eagles survive a huge break, and the game remains 1-1 on what momentarily looked like the go-ahead goal for Stonehill. Ball is out of bounds. Possession to Stonehill. 1:35 to go in the first half. Ball played to the middle. Owen Burke looking forward. Diego Ochoa spins it off his man and out. PC throw.
1 minute remaining first half, 1 minute remaining.
Why not here? Stonehill with the momentum of this game, trying to push for something late in the final minute. That is going to be a free kick coming up for the Skyhawks after the foul goes against Boston College. What an opportunity here late, down to 28 seconds remaining in the first half. The foul was called on Bawadi. Free kick for Sean Ryan. Ochoa got a piece. And Cargill knocks it up into the air. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Gibson clears it out to the near side. And that should just about do it. So, an eventful first half that saw the Eagles in control early. But Stonehill pushed back well and find an equalizer. Can push their way back. Shots at one point were 4-1 in favor of BC, so 7 of the last 8 shots in that first half belonging to Stonehill. Teams will switch ends. Stonehill will attack to our right. And on we go here in this second half of the penultimate home game of the season for Boston College. One change here for the Eagles tactically. Max Andrews is back into this game. He goes back where he was on the right wing, and then Gundalach comes and plays the center back spot that Burkhart had been playing in the first half. And Burkhart holds up into more of a 10 role. Basically the starting lineup for BC. Except for Connor Gibson, who is replaced by Andrews again in this second half. Gundalach, who did not start this game, but has played the majority of the season for Boston College as a freshman. Stepped in very well this year. Played with FC Nuremberg in his club days. He played a very similar style to that of what Bob Thompson has been trying to employ here at BC this year. So it allowed for a bit of an easier transition. Serafino tried to knock it down. There is Burkhart, who starts it forward for Serafino. Played to the near side. That is a ball that stayed in for Alfie Hughes. Cargill plays it wide. The Eagles will develop up the field here. Andrews back for Burkhart and through the back line and Gundalach. Nice move to get around. Ochoa's ball was knocked down by Hazic, the senior. Kyle Tenza comes out to jump on it for Stonehill. Good run here by the Skyhawks, and foul's going to be called here, and that looks like it's going to be a card on Dos Santos. It wasn't a ton of contact, but Dos Santos clearly prevented the run there of what would have been a clean lane for Mazda Bergeron, who already has an assist in the game. So to me, that looked like the right call. And a free kick coming up here. So Stonehill trying to continue the momentum. Sean Ryan has taken the majority of the set pieces so far for the Skyhawks. Looks like Colin Milliken also over there as well. It is Milliken this time. Throws it in, header, settled down, following up and missing high on the attempt. Pretty good design there by Stonehill. That was Benjamin Majda-Bergeron again. Under head coach Jim Reddish in his 16th year, the Stonehill alum. He was an assistant for 6 years at Stonehill prior to being the head coach. Does have some connection here to Boston College. He completed a year-long internship at BC in sports marketing before getting into coaching when he was taking a grad year around his time at UMass Boston. That's played forward and knocked down by Terrence O'Neill. Played wide for Bittencourt. Diego Ochoa. Back through the line and Brennan Klein. Here is Ted Cargill. Long ball over the top for Chavi O'Neill, who settles it down. Oh, it skipped a little bit too hard and a bit strong on the touch. Here is Alfie Hughes. Hughes centers one, looking for the header. Had Dos Santos first, then O'Neill coming in, and the follow-up try from Burkhart missed the net wide. So a ball is out for a goal kick coming up. Brennan Klein will play it through the back line. Klein absorbing a little bit of pressure. Here is Cargill. Forces it back for Klein, and he knocks it up into the air. Deep in the corner, and that is thrown out, and a corner kick coming up. So, corner kick number 5 for Stonehill. Thrown in, header try is controlled by Max Andrews for Boston College. Well defended there, and another opportunity continuing to develop for Stonehill before it's cleared out. You have to give the Skyhawks a lot of credit for how they have continued to force their way into opportunity after opportunity here. A lot of time at this end of the field after the first 20, 25 minutes or so. That was nearly an opening on the backside. Chavi O'Neill got in position to clear that out. And turning back the other way. Ball is crossed through. And that skips out on the near side for to throw. So goal kick for Brennan Klein, who has absorbed 5 shots on goal in this game and made 4 saves. in a game that remains 1-1 between Boston College and Stonehill. O'Neal back for Bowati. Here is Burkhart. Good job coming back into the play by Tiago Lima Bittencourt. Plays it forward for Woznicki, but the Eagles come back on it. Xavi O'Neal was looking for Cargill. They kind of switched spots as Cargill then goes forward on the run, but they couldn't quite connect. Turned over here, Serafino. Drew Serafino to his right and got taken off possession there. Well played by Ethan O'Connor on the back line. And a foul goes against Boston College and Dos Santos. That's a pretty good job by Ethan O'Connor after it looked like the Eagles were on possession and had an opportunity to do something with it. Cargill forward for Dos Santos. Waits and comes back to the near side, and Alfie Hughes skipped up a touch high on him. Couldn't quite control it. See if the Eagles can get back to their possession game a little bit, as Stonehill has had a bit more of it as this game has gone on. And we play here 10 minutes into the second half from Newton in a 1-1 game between the Eagles and the Skyhawks. Good pressure forward by Jackson Kawhi. Stayed on possession for a while there and gets it back through to Terrence O'Neal. Maza Bergeron back for O'Connor. Willing to use Kyle Tenza, the keeper. Hughes on possession, working away from Bittencourt. Good job by Andrews to get possession away from Woznicki. Maza Bergeron throws one across, looking for Bittencourt. Did get a header on it, but could only get it into the arms of Brennan Klein. Ball sent to cross. Serafino was there, well defended by Ethan O'Connor. Ochoa got hit in the shin there by Woznicki. Nothing intentional there, but certainly hurts nonetheless. Coming up on 33 minutes remaining in regulation in this one of this non-conference matchup in New England between Boston College and Stonehill. That is 1-1. Dos Santos, I think, was trying to find Bowati there, but just let him a touch too far. And that ball is out for a goal kick. For the most part, the rain has stopped from what was falling a little bit earlier, but it is getting a bit chillier out there. Good job by Woznicki stepping up to the plate. Blittencourt, oh boy, takes the left-footed shot. Goes off foot there, and it goes spinning away wide. Another one, not a bad idea, but ends up missing the net wide. Burkhart plays it over top, looking for Hughes. Settled down well, and that is cleared out to the near side. Jackson Kawhi will throw it in right in front of the scoring area in this 1-1 game. Crossing ball through, cleared out by O'Neill. Well created by Stonehill to set up the corner. Corner kick number 6 of the night for Stonehill. Been very good creating them. Stepping in that time late was Maza Bergeron. Couldn't get a clean hit on it. They've tried for the most part to go deep over top and set up Thiago Lima Bittencourt on that backside. Have not quite been able to find him so far on these corner kick attempts. Alfie Hughes, so technically sound on the ball, throws one in. That's headed out by Ethan O'Connor. Cargill, good move, Dos Santos. Dos Santos sets up the corner. Maza Bergeron had to go with the slide tackle to prevent the opportunity. So big moment here for Boston College. They go short, as they do most times on the corner. Designed here to Cargill, throws one in, looking for Gundelach. He does get a head on it, but was whistled for the foul first. Got two hands on the back of his defender. That looked like the correct call from our referee, Christopher Grabas. Gundelach got in decent position there, but you have to let go and pushed off a little bit trying to get position. The header would have ended up going high. So as this game continues to tick on, still at 1-1 as we play here in the second half. Serafino couldn't quite get positioning on it. Over to the near side. That was touched out of bounds and then into the scorers table there for Lima Bittencourt, who is getting up a little bit gingerly after trying to get that ball. And now they will stop the clock here as they've reset the scorers table. And again, you can come back in and out in the second half should you need it. And Bittencourt trying to collect himself. They will bring in a sub here. Shane Fonseca will come in, at least for the moment, for Stonehill. By the way, Sam White also just checked into the game for Boston College. Ochoa, good move to give it right back for Burkhart. That's taken away though. Numbers advantage here for Stonehill. If they can get in position, what a chance for Milliken. Centers up, but the Eagles are there defensively. Ted Cargill on the backside, taking away where there could have been a lane there on the cross. Alfie Hughes was on it for a while. They did call the foul against Stonehill. They allowed the advantage to be played first before whistling it down. Here is Chavi O'Neal. O'Neal coming to the middle, over for Hughes. Hughes comes back right. Back for Burkhart. That shot goes through. It was on the turf and was defended by Stonehill. Near side and Chavi O'Neal. Chavi sends one in. That is cleared out to the near side. A little bit of a better build-up here for Boston College. Trying to find a second goal of the game after they took an early lead in this game back in the 8th minute. Andrews looking for Sam White, got knocked down. Hughes settles, comes back to the middle. Alfie's spinning away. Plays it through, was looking for Boati. Again, another decent chance to try to find a run there, but couldn't quite connect on it. Though it does have the feel of Boston College kind of reestablishing some offensive flow in this game. We'll see if it starts to open up a bit both ways. With 21 and change remaining between the Eagles and the Skyhawks in a 1-1 game. Played over off the free kick. And Hughes is on it for BC. Cargill plays it forward, was looking for Chavi O'Neal. And that is out. Another sub coming in here, this time for Stonehill. Martin Janssen, the first year from Norway, is into the game for the first time, replacing Sean Ryan. Played back for Klein. In for Gundelach. 20 minutes to go. Pass was behind Burkhart, throwing for Stonehill. In the Skyhawks attacking end. Here's Alfie Hughes. Hughes on the near side. Boy, that ball stayed in. Terrence O'Neal did a good job to ride Hughes out, but keep possession. Milliken's shot got knocked down. Still loose for a moment before Burkhart brings it to the near side. Hughes forcing things forward again. Chavi O'Neal forward for White. Cargill retreats for Andrews. Trying to find Burkhart there. Owen Burke took him off possession. Ball through again for Milliken. Milliken trying to get to his spot, and that flips over the bar. Milliken working against Ochoa. And possession to Boston College. Marco Dos Santos will come back into the game for Boston College here. Will replace Burkhart. So not a long stint off the pitch for Dos Santos. Just about 8 minutes. Same decision here at the other end for Kyle Tenza on a goal kick. Here is Cargill. Flips it towards the middle. Again, it's well defended there. Ethan O'Connor's had a nice game on the back line for Stonehill. This is sent forward, but it was too far for Woznicki. Ethan O'Connor, the freshman from Cary, North Carolina, who played club for NCFC for 11 seasons. Also spent 1 year playing overseas for Torrent CF in Spain before coming here to Stonehill. Alfie Hughes back on it for Boston College. Wide for Chavi O'Neal. This time he can control. Tries to come back for Hughes. Got knocked down, ended up behind him. And Gundalak plays it forward. That is going to be a whistle against Boston College. Max Andrews called. Near side for Kawhi. Be interesting to see how things change on the pitch over the last 15 minutes of this match. Oh, here's a chance on the outside. Great move. Oh, big save, Klein. On the chance from Martin Janssen just into the game. Best save of the game for Brennan Klein. Another one thrown in. Header try by Woznicki is too tall. Two chances in a row here for Stonehill. Janssen, kind of on the backside there of the box, got in really good position to have that opportunity, and Klein once again makes a big save. He's up to 5 stops in this game for, again, one of the top keepers in the ACC this season. As the Eagles continue to be relatively strong on the defensive side. And they've only surrendered 6 goals in 10 home contests this year. Here is White. Came into the game in the second half. Sam White, the junior. Alfie Hughes on the near side. Back for Ochoa. Plays it for Cargill. And sends it back for Max Andrews as the Eagles trying to develop. Chavi O'Neal from the right side had an assist on the goal that BC scored in the 8th minute. And Chavi finds some magic again, retreats to Andrews. Here is White. Here is Alfie Hughes. Ochoa back for Gundalak. Sam White got knocked down from behind. Here is O'Neal for Dos Santos. Dos Santos pushing forward, was too strong on the touch. And that ball is out over the end line for a goal kick. And no surprise to see Stonehill trying to go quickly and flip the field once again.
Let's build again. Build.
BC playing it back in. Xavi O'Neal, centering ball. Serafino, oh, nifty touch, and he just missed wide. Another good ball from Xavi O'Neal. Another sub here for Stonehill as Tiago Lima Bittencourt comes back into the game.
Hey, well done. We'll get two more. We'll get two more. Finish it.
Down to 10:47 to go. Chances starting to increase here on both sides on what has become a chilly night here in Newton. Down closer to 50 degrees. This game, which started way back on the 8th minute goal, set up by Xavi O'Neal, finding Augie Bawadi. The Eagles out to an early lead on Bawadi's 3rd goal of the season. And then Woznicki answering in the 32nd minute for Stonehill to tie it 1-1 on his NEC leading 8th. We've held it 1-1 since that point. Shots are up to 13-7 in favor of Stonehill. Dos Santos forward for Bawadi, that got knocked down. Terrence O'Neal was there defensively. Here is Cargill, plays it wide for Andrews. And now Xavi O'Neal. O'Neal, nifty move for Alfie Hughes. Gives it back to O'Neal. It was on the wrong side. And O'Neal couldn't get his foot back on it. Little header there by Ochoa. Woznicki on a good run all by himself, earns the corner. Woznicki throws it off Max Andrews. And Stonehill gets their 7th corner kick of the game. Sean Ryan comes back in for Owen Burke. They've been trying to go to Bittencourt in behind. Let's see if they do it again. Deep ball, header try. Bittencourt got a piece, still loose. That's a handball in the box. It ends up going in anyway. And Stonehill leads 2-1. The only reason that initial try came out was because one of the Eagles knocked it down with their hands, but the follow-up on the advantage goes anyway. And the Skyhawks have a 2-1 lead. believe it was Ekram Hazic, the senior, who will get credit for the goal, which will be his first of the season. And how do you like that? In the 83rd minute, and Stonehill has the 2-1 lead. Give them credit, they've earned more of the corners here. Certainly have controlled the shots on goal. 7 of them for Stonehill compared to 2. Now can BC answer? Flag was up on the far side, offside on Hughes. 7:05 to go. And a 2-1 lead is the Skyhawks looking for their 3rd victory of the season. And what would be their biggest win since moving to Division I. That's played out to the far side. Good one touch. Max Andrews is over there. That ball is out. And it'll be Boston College possession. Gundalak steers that away. Eagles need to find one in the next 6:09. Remember, no more overtime in college soccer. Alfie Hughes. Sam White now goes wide for Dos Santos. Going to play a lead ball for Chavi O'Neal. That is a corner kick. O'Neal does a good job to set it up. Player down behind the play for Stonehill, Colin Milliken, so they will stop the clock at this stage with 5:35 to go. And a corner kick coming up here for Dos Santos. So what a moment for Ekram Hazic, who has the goal that right now is the difference maker for Stonehill. The senior from Burlington, Vermont, who scored twice last year, coming to Stonehill from Worcester Academy. And Stonehill is going to sub here for Milliken. Owen Burke will come into the game for the Skyhawks. Remember, clock had stopped, so 5:35 to go. Dos Santos starts short. Gundalak sends it back for White. Now here is Cargill. Get all of this off the short corner for the Eagles. Little back pass. Well defended there by Mazza Bergeron, and he throws it out. Played over top. Brennan Klein way out, heads it to start the rush. Nice touch there by Chavi O'Neal for Dos Santos. Dos Santos comes to the middle, wide for Alfie Hughes. Hughes back to his right, Can he create a shot? Comes back. There's the save. Rebound try. Pinning around. Flag was up on the far side. No goal. Dos Santos had an opening on the backside, but the Eagles are called for offside again. And with 4:10 to go, ball is out on the near side. Eagles will continue to try to push back. The Hadzik goal is the difference maker. In the 83rd minute for Stonehill. Again, it was the follow-up on what would have been probably a red card in the box, as it looked like it hit the hand of one of the Eagles before the follow-up went through. There, Serafino gets a head on it. That is too high. .256 to go. What do the Eagles have in the tank to try to find a comeback here and avoid the Stonehill upset? 2:40 left, goal kick. Woznicki got a piece. Ochoa sends it forward. Knocked down, got right back to Andrews, but then played forward. And Stonehill is back on it here. Woznicki comes to the near side. Bittencourt. Well, smartly played to the corner, taken off possession by Cargill. Ted Cargill plays it forward. And that is knocked down off the arm of Kawhi. 1:40 left for BC, down a goal. Bittencourt, good play to come in and make a clean tackle on the possession by Hughes. Sam White now. Bowati comes to the near side. Plays it back for Sam White. Final minute. 2-1 lead for Stonehill. O'Neal plays it back. Andrews throws one in. Got knocked down by White. Over for Dos Santos, trying to get around. Dos Santos on the cross. Knocked out. It came up and hit off Dos Santos, so it's a goal kick with 34 seconds to go. What looked like an earned corner ends up hitting off the hand of Dos Santos. Clock is stopped here with 27 seconds remaining. Is there one more chance to get possession back? White forces it over for Ochoa. Just 14 seconds to go in the game. Alfie Hughes near side. Got to do something forward here. Bowati knocked out. needs a throw, not gonna happen. Stonehill has come to Newton and knocked off Boston College.